Hi, and hi, and so chapter 24, and having found the route, the Sunfire now starts to follow it. The Sunfire flew in a great arc towards Scorpio, weaving between all the battles of the war zone. Lucky's route often brought them close to danger, and Axis Skyhawks tried to intercept them more than once, but by the time they registered the Sunfire, the ship was already gone, on a whirling, curling course that navigators just couldn't follow. All the way to Scorpio, Professor Bazantine kept Lucky hard at work with the astrolabe, and even harder practicing with his power. The space war was a formidable test of your control, said the Professor, and you passed with flying colours. So your task now is to go beyond mere control. You must start learning how to use your power, how to tap into it, let it loose, push it further and further, as far as it can go. At first Lucky was reluctant. He didn't want to let the light shine out of him or flare into flame. But he was coming to trust the Professor's judgment, and he was encouraged by his progress with the astrolabe. So he began to experiment in small ways. He started cautiously, learning how to channel the power through his hands, so he didn't burn his clothes every time he used it. He learned how to project the light away from himself, illuminating the air around him. Gradually he built up the courage and confidence to let the fire out too, allowing blazing heat to stream from his body, even creating explosions by force of will. It felt different, making these things happen deliberately, rather than having them happen to him in his dreams, or bursting out of him because of his fear, as they had before. The Professor and Bazooka were with him throughout, urging him on as he made the cabin light up with vivid colours. But it never became easy for him. It never stopped hurting. Sometimes he lost control. He'd be overwhelmed by fire and would feel like his head was splitting open under the strain, exploding, burning so badly he never wanted to do it again. Even when it went well, he always felt so raw and exhausted afterwards that it was a relief to practice astral martial arts with Bixer instead. At least the worst that could happen there was getting beaten up. So the time passed as they travelled through Axis space, surging past great rings of astral dust, chasing comets' tails across the stars, until at last they saw the Scorpio system ahead, glowing purple in the black. And at its heart, the planet Scorpio 6, home to the Star Talker of the future. The Sunfire landed without incident. There were no government ships patrolling the skies, no sign of the Axis army either. It was, as Professor Bazantine had said, a neutral world. Everyone was invited to the main cabin to celebrate their arrival and finalise their plans. Lucky and Bixer came in from training to find Mystica and the Professor deep in conversation over a pot of Zoko that was bubbling on the stove. Exceeding all expectations, the Professor was saying. In fact, sometimes I find myself wondering if maybe... Excuse me, I must go and